Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me this logo, and for the one I'm doing it for, I deleted your phone number and address. You don't want that all over the world, I would not think. I cannot find a box that you're talking about that is huge anywhere. But if we look at this under wireframe, wireframe's kind of a telltale sign of things that happen. And one, this is a bitmap and you can see a bounding box around it because you slanted that one and you didn't slant that one. So this can be corrected. It's just go to enhanced mode. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to, let's see how it's 4 inches. Let's set our nudge factor about on 6. And let's nudge this out of the way, that out of the way, and that out of the way. We'll actually go, see there's the bounding box. Let's nudge it out twice. So whenever you see something, you can see the bounding box. So anyway, we're just going to fix these. And whenever you see a hidden object like that, Corel, sometimes you can just double click on that. But we're going to basically trace these. So they're already black and white, so I'm just going to outline trace them in clip art. And it's going to happen really quick because this is a hopefully very simple trace. There shouldn't be much to it. It's just a saw. And I'm going to take the original, I'm actually going to nudge it out of the way. And then I'm going to get rid of see the bounding box? I'm just going to delete it. We don't need it anymore. Now this is a vector graphic. It's not perfect, but what I would do in this case would be to select it all, go up to object, and let's just try ungrouping it, and then make everything black by left clicking, and then go to object and combine it. Now we have none of that gray matter. Now it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, especially on the top of the saw, but that's very easily. Take your shape tool and see how many nodes there are. It's ridiculous. Let's select them all and go right here to reduce nodes, about 20. And we reduced them quite a bit, but it looks like garbage. So what I would do in this case, to maybe get rid of some of those nodes, let's try this. Let's take a rectangle. Let's take a smart fill tool, and let's fill in that shape and nudge it over, and fill in the outside shape and nudge it over, and then left click, right click on both of them, and that got rid of the the smart fill tool does that sometimes. Then select it all, go up to object and ungroup it. Let me select it all again, go to object. It should be at a break. Maybe I just have to select that. Yeah, there it is, break curve apart, because I had everything selected. Then you can get rid of this box. And then take this away, your color. Whoop, don't take away your outline. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just take the smart fill tool this time and use black and fill in that saw and then nudge it out of the way. And you can see our handle's gone. Let's see how much better it looks. You know, it's pretty straight. You could actually at this time left click, right click it in red, and then you could take the shape tool and very easily, and even in this case, hold down the Alt key and go up that line and just hit delete. And then that way you've got a straight saw. These other nodes are probably for the teeth of the saw, so not much you can do about it, and that looks pretty cool. You know, you could spend a little bit more time on here and delete some of these nodes, as long as you don't really change the shape of the saw too much, but you could always bring it back. But anyway, and then just fill it in with, I'm going to left click, right click. And because we've nudged, now we can nudge it right back to where it was. Then get rid of all this trash. Take the same thing, outline trace, clip art. It's already done it because this one will be a lot easier. And we'll always take the yellow box trick, draw a rectangle, go to object, group, and order and back a page, and you can see we don't have any boxes anymore. So it did a lot better trace, a lot easier. And it's pretty clean. I would change a few things. You could break this apart and delete this gray. You could work on a little bit, depending if this is like the size of a business card, you don't really need to do anything. Now let's nudge that back up, nudge your wording back over. And I didn't do a yellow box trick on the saw, so we're going to do a yellow box trick on the whole thing just to make everything's good. And now you have no boxes. Now, if we delete that and we look at it in wire, well, let's leave that one. Remember how that one was kind of fuzzy? Let's look at it now in wireframe and you'll see the difference. I don't have to have anything selected, go to view and wireframe. Look at the difference between that and this. You know, that's the defective one. And then just take it back and go to view and always look at stuff in enhanced. Normal sometimes can be fuzzy, but enhanced is going to be dead on, spot on. I think that looks pretty good. And then just add your address back. As far as a big box, I don't see it. Well, there is something down there. And one thing you can always do is hit F4, and only if your logo comes up, there's nothing else there. So I hope that helped. Let's just get it off the screen for a second. You could select the whole thing to make sure there's nothing there. Just add your address and phone number back, or just, you don't have to delete them when you're doing it. Just straighten up your two tools. Anyway, I hope that helped the limb a little bit. Thank you for watching.